Welcome back to the channel, people. So, we look at the United States of America as the police of the world. We expect that China looks across with their spy balloons and they go, well, we fear these people. We really fear these people. And under no circumstances should we start a war with the United States of America. We look at places like Iran and the countries in the Middle East and we think to ourselves, do they look at America and think to themselves, these are people I should fear? Well, I present to you an admiral. This is an admiral in the United States military that is saying that weather change, you know what I'm talking about. I really have to be careful with my words. Weather change affects the black community more. This is a real thing. This person came out with a formal statement. So let's get into the reaction video now and let's see what this admiral has to say.
Hello, I'm Admiral Rachel Lavine. This Black History Month.
This person literally looks, I mean, going all out, going all out. I have to say, I mean, yeah, if I was China, I would be quivering. I'm not going to lie to you. I would be saying to myself, you know what, guys, pack up, stop with the digital warfare, stop with the spy balloons, because this admiral is scary.
I'm pleased to partner with OMH in advancing better health through better understanding for Black communities. Climate change is having a
So yeah, just better understanding for black communities in the United States of America. Okay, I get you. I mean, yeah. Well, do they not understand themselves? You mean this is this is what people don't realize is that the left is actually more racist than anybody because they think that black people don't understand things. I think black people understand things quite well, especially in the United States of America. And I mean, this, what do you say?
disproportionate effect on the physical and mental health of Black communities.
So, weather change has an effect on the black community around the world, but it doesn't have an effect on white people or any other color of people, just black people. So, the weather change, right? The weather change has an effect on just the black community. Okay. This seems like a very intelligent person that knows what they're talking about, that isn't driven by any type of an agenda. So let's listen on.
Black Americans are more likely than white Americans to live in areas and housing that increase their susceptibility to climate-related health issues.
I mean, the fact that there's been many states around the United States of America that have literally, if they're homeless, and brought them to California because they don't need a place to live because it's always sunny. Are you talking about extreme heat here? What does this mean? Like air conditioning? I mean, what's the stats on black to whites owning air conditioning? I mean, right? Okay.
And 65% of Black Americans report feeling anxious about climate change's impact. Through our Office of Climate Change and Health Equity and the Office of Environmental.
Just with the background alone, I'm like I'm waiting for like some version of YMCA to break out. That's what I'm waiting for here. Like, is this a music video? Like, is this person going to break out in a rap song or I don't know, a musical or something? Like, I feel like this is somebody going to South Park with a script and saying, "Look, this is what we could work on for the next couple of episodes." This is how it feels to me right now. I mean, what is this person speaking about? This is an actual admiral. Uh, China's quivering, folks. Iran is not laughing at all. They're going, pack up, folks. Get those ballistic missiles away. Send the troops back. Retreat, retreat, retreat.
Justice, we're working with providers and community leaders to identify innovative approaches that empower communities to address the health consequences linked to climate change. Visit hhs.gov for
the health consequences linked to weather change. I mean, you could take the planes out of the sky for one. I'm noticing a lot of planes in the sky. A lot of these people, a lot of these admirals complain about weather change, but then they fly in their private jets. They fly on planes, and they pump more of that shit into the sky that they complain's going into the sky than anybody on the ground. But at the same time, they complain to us and they say to us, dressed like this and pretending to be an admiral. And don't tell me this wasn't a diversity quota here. This was 100% a diversity quota. And this is what I'm trying to say about diversity quotas, right? They will put people in the job. Like, for instance, I don't know if you heard about the people flying the planes in the United States of America. Well, they brought in diversity quotas, so they had to hire more minorities and female flyers, and the sales for people buying tickets for planes went down. Obviously, because you're not going to look at you're not going to jump onto what do they call them over there, a red eye, like a local flight or even an international flight, knowing that there was a diversity quota implemented, that the person flying that plane didn't get the job because they're best at the job, but they got the job because of the color of their skin or because of their sex. Do you know what I mean? Just because they wanted to meet some stupid diversity quota. And that's what you're seeing here. This is 100% to give this person the job. China injected America with the woke virus that then created these diversity quotas, and China is now laughing. China's looking at this going, job well done to us. And rightly so. Like, you need to give credit where credit's due. China has done a job on the United States of America. There's no getting away from that. Please tell me that this was the best person for the job and not a diversity quota being met.
More information and tune in next Thursday to hear from another HHS leader on how you can contribute to advancing better health for Black communities.
For more information, visit hhs.gov.
Like, look at that. That's a genuine government website. They shot that commercial. They recorded that and they says, yeah, fantastic job, Admiral. Where are you going to now? Well, I'm going to San Francisco to give a talk about the alphabet people and, how, white people have been racially oppressing black people for the past 20 years and about feminism. I don't even know how these people can have the conversation about feminism, by the way. Like, think about it. The certain aspect, the alphabet people, the T's, I'll call them the T's, have literally eroded feminism over the past 5 years. Because how can you have feminism when there's no such thing as a woman? I can right now say to you, I am a woman. I can identify as a woman. Just look the way I'm looking right now, and you have to accept me as a woman. And then I can train for a woman's sport, in a woman's sport, for the female leagues, compete in those leagues. I'm not saying I'm going to break all the records, but if I was a top athlete, male athlete, say I came and ranked 100 in that sport, I could then compete in the female version of that sport. Even in darts, you're seeing this, and become number one. Diversity quotas, wokeism. This was injected by China. The United States haven't realized this. You have to realize this. China's laughing at you. So is Iran. So is Russia. They've probably collaborated together and say, let's show these silly people, let's inject these silly people with wokeism. And they've lapped it up. They didn't have any cure for it. They just said, yeah, we're diseased now, and we're going to basically corrupt every sector in our society, including the military. The military, I'm very critical of the United States military, but is there not a better person for this job? Like, come on, like, I'm not saying you need to have some macho steroid, somebody who has 50 bodies on the record, but I'm saying this is a diversity quota. And this is an admiral telling us that black people are being affected, not just in the United States, but around the world because of weather change. And that's because they live in bad areas. Everybody has the same right to build up their area and become a thriving society. But it just so happens when it comes to certain communities around the world, they just destroy. Why is that? Is that a cultural thing? I do not know. Just look at South Africa, what's happening in South Africa at the minute, all over the world. But these diversity quotas are funny, man. They are, I mean, Joe Biden promotes this. I wonder did Joe Biden's, I wondered, was this a plan from like the Biden administration and the Obama administration to allow this to creep in? Like, there has to be some type of investigation. Was the Obamas or Biden working for China? I wonder did his daughter write that in her journal, though? That's one to figure out.